Hi friends, this is my continuing video blog about Alzheimer's disease, and my wife Denise was diagnosed with Alzheimer's at the age of 56 about 5-6 years ago, and she's currently in a memory care facility. And when she was first diagnosed, I had so many people tell me that this is a disease about the caregiver and not about the patient necessarily, and I didn't want to believe that until shortly thereafter I got into the disease and found out that it truly is a disease about the caregiver and really the stress on the caregiver that is oftentimes overwhelming. We have to make so many decisions as we get into the disease and the patient gets worse and worse, that decisions that we used to make jointly and used to talk about, and as the disease progresses, those kind of decisions pretty much are made and fall on the shoulders of the caregiver, and that's a strange and stressful dynamic. And not only the decisions, but just the day-to-day things that you have to do as a caregiver are incredible and sometimes overwhelming, even though they can be simple things. But yet, typically, you've got to make sure that the patient's medication, I had to make sure Denise's medications were up to date and that we had enough of them. And if we didn't, we had to order them. Oftentimes, I'd have to call to make sure that the caregiver was coming the next day to care for her. And if they couldn't, I had to go find a backup caregiver, which is, quite a chore to do. And then there's things like, oh yeah, I still got to take out the trash, fill up the dishwasher, and empty the dishwasher. There's the cat litter that needs to be taken care of too, on top of all these other things that I'm doing for Denise. I got to install that safety switch on the garbage disposal so that Denise can't figure out how to turn on the garbage disposal and accidentally put her hand in it. So a lot of little things that you got to do that a lot of people don't realize that fall on the caregiver. And then the other day, get this, I get this nice little form here from her insurance company. Fortunately, we had selected to get some disability insurance several years back, and that's helping to this day take care of her care. Yet they want to know that today, while she's in a wheelchair and having to be spoon-fed everything, they want to know her potential return to work date. They want to know what obstacles there are to her return to work. Yeah. So you get these forms, and you know what you want to do with them. You just want to toss them and tell them to go take a hike. Anyway, my point is there's a lot of work for the caregiver to do. If you know of someone that is taking care of a loved one with Alzheimer's disease, give them a hand. Ask what you can do, what burden you can do. If you're a caregiver, make sure you're willing to give up some tasks to someone else that is willing to help. So that's all for now, and caregivers, take care of yourself, do something good for yourself, and we'll talk soon. Thank you, and please share.